All right, in this video, I have used a software program to mirror the display of my Zebra MC3330XR terminal. This is a Android reader which has integrated RFID reader and barcode scanner on an Android platform, and we're going to add the AssetWorxMobile app to it. So to do so, we're going to slide to the right here, go out to the Play Store. We will search for AssetWorx and find it here. And I can just go ahead and install it then. When it's installed, an icon will be put on the desktop, and I'll go ahead and open it. And when it opens the app for the first time, it'll start a configuration wizard, which I'll do in this way. The first is, how are you connecting? Are you connecting to a cloud database, or do you have this locally installed in your own network as a web service? And that's called batch mode. So we'll do that. Highly recommend that you use manual sync so that your workflow doesn't get interrupted in a way that you don't want it to. And then we put in our server address, and our server address is always going to be something like this. You could have an HTTPS if you do have a secured SSL server. In my case, I don't, but I have a AssetWorx web service that is located at this address. I'll hit save, and if that does find that connection, again, your mobile or your Zebra reader and your web server need to be operating on the exact same network, right? So they can see each other. So in this case, I'm operating off of a Wi-Fi network, but it could be cabled LAN as well. Now, next one, there's only one option here for scanner type, so we'll hit that. And we'll keep proceeding here to the far right. It has a few more settings that we can look at. First of all, let's look at About, and you'll see what the version of this app is, which is always good information. Also at the far bottom, see App Settings. Keep scrolling all the way to the bottom. Under Batch Sync Download, we're going to select On Server. It'll happen a lot faster. That sync process will happen in a small percentage of the time if you select that option. What else do we have here? I think that's pretty much it. We can go ahead and hit Sync App now. And if you want to sync with the database, we'll say yes. And it actually, it took off straight away because I've had this on before. However, realistically, we want, I want to see if I can move that down here to this main bar. When you are running AssetWorx on this mobile terminal, you can run it via the app, or since it's a web service, you can also run it via a browser. The browser won't have the ability to use the RFID reader, so that's only enabled through the app. And if I look at what I was logged in as, I was logged in here as user 692 admin. If I actually log out, when you first use this for the first time, you won't be logged in at all. So it'll then prompt you to put in your username and password. So let's just say it did that. I'm going to go back here and select a different, here I'll pick a different location, and it's going to be this admin user. And now I will get everything that's at the site 531. I can go ahead and hit save, that's fine. Now when we go back to here, the AssetWorx app, and I hit Sync App, it's going to pull down a different data set. The first data set was for a different company ID. Now I've logged in as a different user, still an admin user, but I have a different company ID here. So just to show that I can hit locations, hit search, and it should pull in just the things that are within this site number. And that site number has a unique company ID value. Right, same thing with assets. I can just hit search and it'll show me the first 2,500 records there. You can do a search on any particular thing. Let's say I want to look for a location name that's, or I don't know, let's see, if I want to scroll over here and say manufacturer Valley Lab. Let's say I type that in, and you can use the virtual keyboard here, or if you have something you can maybe use a voice input if you had a keyboard that had recognition, but I'm just looking to see if I can pull up anything that has Valley. Apparently not. Anyway, we will go through in another video how we're going to perform an inventory scan on a specific room, but the idea behind it is that you scan a room and you finish, you get a listing of all the parts for that specific room, and then you assess whether or not they should be there or should not be there. Okay.